What is up, sneaker family? Good to be back. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. Was getting my computer fixed, but we're good now. This video is going to be about my experience with Kickscrew. Let me just get this out the way. At least for me, this experience, I can say that these shoes and the site are legit. And maybe not everybody's gonna have the same experience. And just a little bit of context behind this purchase. My girl wanted some Jordan MA2s in a specific colorway. And I had mentioned to her, hey, no worries, I can find this colorway, trust. So that's kind of what led to this purchase. Like many of you guys know, Kickscrew, their operations are in Hong Kong. And in my case, I live in the US, so that purchase is going to be a pretty far purchase, especially with the overseas shipping. It was always in the back of my head thinking, hey, could this shop actually be legitimate or could it be a scam? Trying not to lose some money. You know how it is, you work hard for that, for your cash. So one thing you always want to do when you make a purchase from a place you don't know is do your research. And luckily for me, I was able to find Consumer Press, which is a good webpage that they actually give you a lot of links and information about if Kickscrew is legit or not. They did link Trustpilot, which is another site that reviews online retailers. And I was able to find out that Kickscrew got a 4.1, and I did scroll and read through some of the comments. There were some good comments where people mentioned, hey, I had a great experience. I got some great shoes, great colorway, great price, great delivery. And that was all a plus. But then there were some comments where people had like a bad experience. Not as many. There was a lot more positive than negative. But some people said they got the wrong size, the wrong shoe. Even that they had a hard time, doing some returns. And even some fakes. I know that's really sad, right? If somebody says, hey, I got some fakes. Like, you never want to see that. It happens. If you've been doing the shoe game for a while, every now and then people make mistakes. As long as you talk to them and be respectful, like, people hook you up. They give you discounts or they swap them out. Whatever, right? But, yeah, so it can happen. I'm not going to say it can't, so it can, just be aware of that. Going back to Consumer Press, I like how they explain everything. They did say that online there are a couple like YouTube channels where people say that Complex has endorsed Kickscrew, and I was trying to find that article myself. I'm like, man, I gotta find that. Like, that's gonna like help out my motivation. But just like Consumer Press, I had a hard time locating the article. It wouldn't pop up. I'm thinking maybe it was out there at some point, but not anymore because pages get taken down through time. But I did find the article that they mentioned that came out in 2011 where Complex does mention that you can find a good deal for less at Kickscrew, and the shipping might be a few more dollars. And I'll link all that information on the description so you can make up your own mind and do your own research. So that's just something to know. And that did raise my motivation a little bit more because, hey, if you're gonna list a web page, right, that they give good deals, you're kind of implying that they are somewhat legit. So that made me, like I said, it raised up my motivation a little bit more. I'm trying to give you guys as much information as I can so you guys can make up your mind. So at this point, I kind of did what I always do. I kind of used my scientific method to kind of solve this problem. I headed to my good old trustworthy Reddit, because on Reddit you can find anything. It has never let me down. When I have a question, and boom, Reddit provides. So on Reddit I did find out like different trends about people talking about Kickscrew, and I was like, it helped me out a whole lot, if I'm 100% honest, because it's more like a dialogue when you're on there. People ask questions and then they reply back. So after kind of reading Reddit, that's kind of that maybe turn my page, and decide, hey, you know what, like, I'm gonna give this a try because I really want to get that colorway and surprise my girl. So that's kind of where I was at with that. Just to add a little bit more, when you're gonna buy from some place you never heard of, like, it's so good if they have like a IG or they got like a Facebook, right? Because you can see that the response they're getting from the community. And that's something when you're looking for like sneakers or you're trying to get something off the reseller market, like, you want to go with somebody who has a good reputation. And that's what all this is about, right? It's like making friends, people that they're going to deliver some good goods. So that helped me out too, because I saw that online they have like a good following and people just backing them up and appreciate the work they do. So for me, kind of summing all that information up, I decided, like, you know what, like, hey, let me try to get these shoes and find out for myself. And then if I have a good experience, like, I'll let you guys know. And if I have a bad experience, like, I'm gonna be as transparent as I can be. So I ended up pulling the trigger on these Jordan MA2s. We paid about $150, a little bit over retail price for them, which is not bad because, I mean, you're getting a colorway that's not available. So we're pretty happy about that. And here's where it gets interesting, because after I made my purchase, I got my confirmation email, and right there it said everything matched up correctly. It was dandy. But when I logged on to my Kickscrew account on their webpage, I saw that underneath my first purchase, there was a whole bunch of other purchases. And I was tripping the heck out because there was some order that had been delivered already, and then a couple other ones that were in the process of being sent to wherever they were going. And I was like, what the heck? What in the bizarre world's going on? Like, damn, did they really get me? But like, once I hit them up and told them, hey, like, I just made a purchase and I just ordered like one pair of shoes, and I think maybe your system made a glitch. And I was kind of like, keep my fingers crossed. But I wasn't really, at that point, I'm like, it has to be a mistake because all the information I gathered up. And sure enough, like the next day, a few hours later, because I went to sleep when I did that. And when I woke up, I had like a message already. Sorry for all this confusion. Like, our system tends to glitch. So everything's correct. We got you down for that one pair of shoes, and sorry about that. You have any more questions, let us know. So I was like, damn, like, what a relief, because I was kind of like, no way, like, and talk about bad fortune, right? Again, you gotta give people the benefit of the doubt. If you're gonna be in the shoe business, right, and little things like that happen, just talk to whoever you're dealing with, and if they're really as legit as they say they are, then they're gonna make things right. And that was like my case. Like, I just asked and they were able to answer my questions. And then it was just pretty much waiting for my shoes to arrive, and it took about 3 weeks. Order on the 10th, received on the 29th of November, 19 days. Plus, I already had like some Jordan MA2s at home, so I could use those to compare these to make sure they were legit or not. So pretty much, you want the summary of it, it all checks out. Like the boxes, let me go through this one first. So it has, you know, the wording there, Jumpman, the feel, the cardboard, this impression right there. You can look at the box, the writing, the label, the feel of the label, even underneath, like all the details. If we take a look, like everything checks out. Like this one right here, straight from Nike, it looks exactly the same. It's just the most obvious thing is just the condition of the box. You could tell the box is more beat up over here. Right there. The label. There is this difference. They only do this in the US, the suggested retail price. They don't do that in other parts of the world. But everything is super solid. Right there. Underneath. So you can see. Obviously, it's not going to have the Hong Kong label right there. We opened it inside. Same deal, like the tissue paper. This one's really wrinkled, so you can see. Really wrinkled, but it does feel exactly the same. If this was wrinkled, it feels exactly the same like this one. It has the same numbering, like right here. We get a close up. There is some lettering. So it says design for flight. Maybe you can see it. Design for flight. And then it has the same numbering on the side of the tissue paper. wrapping paper right here. Hopefully the camera can catch it, but it would be more apparent with this tissue paper right here. Here it says design and then it got cut off. Design for flights. All right here, design. Design for flights. And it has the numbering. So the box checks out. On the inside, the numbering in here, all that checks out. So there you have it. We got two Jordan MA2s. Obviously, they're different colorways, so you're not going to be able to compare every little detail because they're going to be different in some areas. But the parts that you can compare, for example, the midsole, close up of that so you can see that. The air unit, you could get an idea what it looks like. It's all the same. Obviously different color right there. But when you get real close, I mean, you can see the details that it looks exactly the same, just different size. Also, like the stitching, for example, if we look right here, you can tell that they do like 5 stitches for each section right here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to hold that part of the shoe together. And this has 5 as well. The pull tab feels exactly the same material, just different color once again. Same thing with the pull strap up here on the tongue. Same deal, feels the same. It all feels the same. You take a look at the lettering. The Nike sign inside. You can see it's real clean, real detailed. Same thing with the lettering. 23. Super clean. Jumpman looks good on both. Also real clean looking. Got the hidden 23 or the 3. This one has the 3. The other pair has the other shoe has the 2. Feels good. Yeah, there are some differences, you know. There's a guy's shoe, obviously, so it's gonna look different than this woman's shoe, but this one is a different colorway, so it's gonna have different material. But man, they look great. You can look at the bottom as well. Also really solid. You can see that the Jumpman kind of has like a grid feeling to it. Same thing with these. The rubber feels exactly the same. Yeah, and one thing I wanted to mention is that the Kickscrew pair comes with a tag like this, and it says, "Please inspect item, all claims null and void if tag is removed." And the whole purpose of this tag is if you're not satisfied with your shoes, you can send them back. But in our case, real satisfied with these shoes. They look real nice. right? Right now we're looking at the Kickscrew shoe. So, you gotta keep your lady happy, right? This is what the other tag looks like, in case you're wondering. It says, Kickscrew disclaims all liability if tag is removed. Kickscrew verified. This shoe is legit. Even the shoe from Kickscrew and the one from Nike, they both smell exactly the same. And that's good to know because, as we know, when a shoe is legit, they use a certain type of glue, and when it's not, it can smell completely different. So, pretty happy about that. And also, I wanted to mention that Kickscrew has updated their webpage. They're trying to work out all those little glitches, have a new system up and running, working better. And all you gotta do is put in your name, your last name, the email you first registered with them, and your password, your new password. And they'll send you a link to verify your email address. And once you click that, you can log on and you'll see that your account has been put back up to date with all your personal information and your previous orders. So yeah, you can tell that they're working really hard to step up their game, stay up to date, improve their customer experience, and that's good to know. So just wanted to mention that. So overall, couldn't be happier with this purchase, especially my girl, because we got a shoe at a great price, the colorway she was looking for that wasn't available anywhere else. The shipping wasn't bad. We got these within 3 weeks. I have bought from other resellers, including StockX, so it's nothing new for me for waiting. You just gotta have a little bit of patience. Hopefully this video was able to help you guys out. You guys can decide for yourself if Kickscrew is right for you, or maybe if it's not. But this has been my experience with Kickscrew, and for me, they are legit. And I do want to say we're going to be having another giveaway number 2, and here are the details. Peace.